Hi, this is Dominic from Paphos Life, and in today's film we're having a drive down the hotel strip through Kato Paphos, and we're going to finish up in Moutallos. So let's have the map up first of all, and there we are. We're starting off at the Luna Park, past the triangle and the hotel strip, all the way down to the Sea Front and Harbour, then looping back down Bar Street up to Kings Avenue Mall roundabout. Then we take a detour because the traffic was pretty ropey, and we finish off up in the Moutallos area. And on our left as we started was the Atlantida Beach Bar, I should mention that. And we're just driving through the Luna Park now. It's glorious blue skies, hot summer's day still. Filmed this a couple of days ago. Now heading out onto Poseidon's Avenue. And the first hotel you'll see is the Louis Vuitton. I'll see if I can name them all. But I will be doing a new definitive guide soon. I need to film that. I've got a proper route for that, which this doesn't follow. So look out for that in the not too distant future. Right, after the Louis Vuitton, there's a little parking area on the left here. And if you go into there and then follow the track, it'll take you to the St. Nicholas Chapel, which is well worth a visit. But in terms of hotels, you've got the Pioneer Beach Hotel on the left, followed by the Asimina Suites Hotel. They are both very nice. And you got the Aphrodite Water Park, Water Park on the right, which you can't see it here. Right, that's the Aquamarine Hotel you can see on the roundabout now. And you got the Evie Marie Hotel after that. And there's a road which takes you, it's a dead end, but it's another way of getting onto a boardwalk. Followed by the Cypria Bay Hotel. And presumably its sister, which is the Cypria Maris Beach Hotel. Now on the right here, you'll have the Eliaphon Resort, which you can't really see here, but that's a very big place. And on the left, you've got the Louis Ledra Beach Hotel coming up. And you'll see also on the right there are numerous restaurants there as well. And farmland. I do love the way you get farmland in the middle of an area like this. You can imagine what the land is worth. Anyway, there's the Athena Beach Hotel on the left. That's probably the biggest of the lot. And more restaurants on the right. And after the Athena Beach, you get the Athena Royal Beach Hotel. Gone past, and also the Louis Imperial Beach Hotel. And on the right, you got Avanti Village. Right now, on the left, you got the Olympic Lagoon Resort, and we're coming up to the Triangle. And after the Olympic Lagoon Resort, you'll have the Amphora Resort. The Triangle is just an area where there's lots of restaurants. And it's shaped like a triangle. Right, now a bit of controversy. You have the two towers that are being... Well, one of them's already built, the Soho Tower. And then everyone's going up next to it. A lot of people hate them, but to be honest, I'm quite used to them now and they don't bother me at all. I don't want the whole area to get covered in towers, but I don't see a problem with a couple. And on the left here, there you have Antasia Beach Bar and Sodat Beach. You've got the Abandoned Aloe Hotel on the right, and you've got the Amarvi Hotel on the left, which is couples only. And after the Amarvi on the left, you'll have the Alexander the Great, also on the left. And Limnaria Gardens on the right with lots of restaurants. And kiosk in there as well as like holiday apartments. All looks very pretty here as well. And the anamorphic lens is really showing the place off. Right, after the Alexander the Great, you'll get on the left is the Elmira Spa. Beyond which you'll get the Elmira Hotel. Now on the right there are lots of restaurants here. and they're a bit cheaper than the ones you'll find on the seafront because they're less of a, what's the word I'm looking for? It's not popular anyway. On the left you have the Elmira Hotel, and on the right you have Poseidon's Avenue water feature. Sorry, I'm all tongue twisted at the moment. And then you've got the Annabelle Hotel on the left. Yeah, what I meant by the Elmira, where the Elmira, the restaurant's there, there's less footfall there, but it doesn't mean that the food's any worse. It's very, very nice food you can get there, so it's well worth a visit. You've got Pinguino's on the right just there, and there's tea for two. And here's the seafront itself with that I Love Paphos sign. And that building there on the right, hopefully one day that'll, because they were building a hotel or apartments, I'm not sure what, but it seems to have stopped a year or two ago. Whereas the M Boutique Hotel, which at one point looked the same as that in terms of building sightness, now looks absolutely stunning, as you can see on the right. And on the left you'll have what is now the Sclavenitis supermarket, which used to be Papantonio's, but has recently been taken over. Now, in a recent survey, Sclavenitis turned out to be the cheapest supermarket chain in Cyprus, so that's good to know. Because the government here has a website. It's like a price comparison website, but it's run by the government, so it's less, well, hopefully, it's less prone to influence from external sources, I shall say. And but it's worth checking out. So now we're coming up to the seafront itself. And it always looks lovely here, nice and clean. They really do look after it. And Carmen's coming to town. Not sure whether, when this film will go out, whether it will be after Carmen's been here or not, I'm not sure, but at least you know that this film was done in 2025 and isn't just some rehashed old film. So we're going to go around the roundabout and back along the seafront. And you're probably used to where I'm going to be going now, because we're going to go up to St Paul's Pillar area first and come down through Bar Street that way. But this way we do get another look at the seafront, which is always good. So we'll be going straight across here. Now if you carry on up here, you'll get to Kings Avenue Mall roundabout, and we'll be arriving at Kings Avenue Mall roundabout ourselves, but we're going to have a wander through Bar Street first. Let that chap cross the road though. Another car park on the left, and there's also a car park on the right up here. Apart from Sodat Beach car park, I think pretty much all the car parks in Kato Paphos, well, all the non-private ones are free. You will get the occasional private one, and they're very handy in themselves, and they'll only charge you like €2 or €3. But on busier times, they're worth checking out. But on the right here, you've got St Paul's Pillar area. I need to do another walkie-talkie down there to see how, or if they are actually renovating the walkway there. Because it looked like they were starting to on my last film. Also, because St Paul's Museum is opening in early September. And as we're now in early September, I should check it out. Right, you've got the Sofiana Resort coming up at this roundabout, which looks lovely, and we're going to go around here and drive down Bar Street. There's a quick view of Ace's bar there, where that red car is, and now we're on Bar Street itself. Now the middle bit of Bar Street is where most of the restaurants are. Baywatch there is on the left. And I filmed this mid-afternoon, so there's not going to be that many people around at the moment. But you'll get a nice look at the area. There's that nice chapel on the left, And you've got Flares Bar, Bubbles, Boogies, and a few takeaway places as well. And from here on in, it's abandoned for a little while. Nothing worthwhile here. Until you get to coal service. Oh, sorry, there is a kiosk in there. I do apologise. I didn't mean to slag them off. Until you get to coal service restaurant on the left. Just there. And then you'll have the Keg and Barrel on the far left. Opposite the Poseidon's Avenue water feature there on the right. And then T&J's fish and chip shop. When they're open, they do very nice fish and chips. I just wish they'd open at lunchtime rather than at 2 o'clock. Anyway, if you like our films, please do subscribe to our YouTube channel and share them far and wide. It really does help us with the YouTube algorithm. We're not just saying that. And if you want to help us out financially, go to our Buy Me a Coffee page at buymeacoffee.com/PaphosLife and chuck us a few coffees. All coffees are very gratefully received and tend to pay for new camera equipment. And if you want to get something back in return, go to our Zazzle shop at zazzle.co.uk/store/PaphosLife/collections. And there you can buy all sorts of memorabilia featuring pictures that we've taken and put on Facebook. And then from there, gone on to cups, t-shirts, calendars, that sort of thing. So have a look on there. Calendars are especially good at the moment because with Christmas coming, is a perfect present for someone in your life who loves Paphos. And what's not to love? Finally, I mentioned Facebook before. If you go onto Facebook, follow our Paphos Live Facebook page. There's, I can't remember how many members. There's about 80,000 followers now. You'll get notified whenever we publish new material, be it on YouTube, Facebook, or our main Paphos Life website. Because our website's been running for about 9 years now. And we've got business directory, over 700 blogs, there's a forum, all sorts on there. So have a look there too. That should keep you busy. Right, I always talk about that when they're on that stretch of road because there's not a lot else to say there. So get the marketing out of the way. Now we're coming up to Fabrica Hill. You won't see much of it from this side, but it's well worth parking or walking to the other side and coming through via the catacombs and just exploring the top of the hill itself. It's very nice. And you can come back using the Paphos walkway, which we'll see in a tick. Now, you used to be able to park up here on the left, but I think they've closed that off in recent years. I think that was mainly for archaeologists, basically. Right, there's the walkway I mentioned. You can just see on the left. Very nice place to walk, and you can do it in all times of the year. People did moan about it, saying it'd be too hot for the middle of summer, but I was up there last month and didn't have any particular issues. Just don't stay up there too long and bring plenty of water with you. But that's true about walking anywhere in Cyprus in the middle of summer. Right, this is Kings Avenue Mall roundabout, and we'll just be driving past Kings Avenue Mall. And originally I was going to go up to Kennedy Square and join the B7 that way. Because I was actually heading up to Lidl. But traffic gets a bit annoying. I'm very, not fussy. I don't like busy roads, basically, especially if I'm filming. Because it means there's far too much editing to do. So fairly soon we'll be taking a turn left. There are a number of turns left that you can take up here. Some of them are one way though, so do pay attention to the signs before you just shoot off down any of the roads. Because there's a road running parallel to here, which you can also use if you're going up below Old Town. And there's the new American Museum of Beirut on the right, but we're turning left here because I could see a lot of cars there. And I basically thought, sod that. Now this road's quite bumpy, and the other road we're going to come on to, so don't go down there too quickly. It'll look like I'm speeding down here, but I'm not. That's just an effect of the anamorphic lens, because you see a lot more of the vision from the side, which is moving more quickly than the front view. And I could like zoom in to get rid of that effect, but then you lose the whole benefit of the anamorphic lens. So basically, the bottom line is, stop telling me I'm driving too fast, because I'm not. So we're coming up to a junction and we're going to go straight across here. And this takes us below Old Town. Now I can just stay on this road and eventually I'll come to a T-junction where I turn right and then I go up the hills of Moutallos cliffs, but I'm going to go a different route this time just because I fancied showing you a more obscure route of getting to the top of the cliffs. I'm not sure what this area is called, whether it's classed as Old Town or Kato Paphos. Or just Paphos. But you can see there's more farmland here. I love the way you have all that stuck in the middle of cities. And we're turning right here. We'd normally go this route if we were going into Old Town, and if I just take the next left instead back there, that would take me down to Tomb of the King's roundabout if you want to get your bearings. So if we're going to Old Town, what you normally do is turn right up here, which will take you to the car park, and from there you just go wherever you want to go, bearing in mind that when you get to the top it's going to be a one-way system, so you'll have to turn left. But instead I'm going to go left up this route anyway. I wouldn't really recommend you go this route because it's a narrow road and I met a car coming the other way, which meant it was a bit awkward. And I was just showing you that it's there. I think he was making a bit of a meal of it, to be honest. I couldn't just go straight up here, I have to have a bit of a shuffle. Had I been in my car, I could have just carried on. Actually, no, I couldn't because my car's got a much bigger turning circle. I was driving Alex's car though. And here we are in Moutallos. Now, drive slowly through these roads because there are lots of one-way streets, but also they have a tendency of getting ignored. And the assumption being by the driver is that there's not going to be a car coming the other way. So just take your time. And all will be fine. I'm kind of glad though that when I was doing the map, it was so zoomed out that I could just put a couple of dots there to cover the whole of this part of the journey rather than an intricate guide to each road I actually drove down. But I mean, when you first come here, this will seem like a complete maze, but you do soon get familiar with the actual roads and where you can and can't go, or should and shouldn't go. And you get some lovely views up here on the left. And soon we'll be at a location which, if you're familiar with my films, you'll have seen it many times before. That road there. Normally we come up here from the left and we have to turn go this way because it's a one-way system. Now be very careful at this T-junction coming up because cars have a tendency of coming down very quickly, but there is a mirror straight ahead of you which you can look at. Use that mirror. Now we're going to be turning left here. And soon we'll be turning right again. Right, this will bring us out eventually onto the Clorica Road, where I'll finish the film. But before that though, does anyone know what this building on the right up here, they've been building it for a few years now, and they seems to be nearly finishing it. I'm just trying to work out what it's actually going to be. Because it looks like it's going to be very nice, whatever it is. Whether it's retail, whether it's a huge gym or a university, who knows. But if you do know, please let us know. Anyway, here we are. Here's the Cloaca Road. And I will say thank you very much for watching and see you in the next film. Cheers!